HarperCollins presents Unquiet Spirits, a Sherlock Holmes adventure by Bonnie Macbird, read by Simon Darwen.
Preface. Several years ago, while researching at the Wellcome Library, I chanced upon something extraordinary, an antique handwritten manuscript tied to the back of a yellowed 1880s treatise on cocaine. It was an undiscovered manuscript by Dr. John H. Watson, featuring his friend Sherlock Holmes, published in 2015 as Art in the Blood. But what happened last year exceeded even this remarkable occurrence. An employee at the British Library, whom I shall call Lydia, not her real name, found Art in the Blood in her local bookshop, and upon reading it was struck by the poignancy of Watson's manuscript surfacing so long after the fact. It triggered something in her mind, and shortly afterwards I received a phone call in my newly rented flat in Marylebone. This was curious, as our number there is unlisted. She identified herself as someone who works at the British Library, but would not give her name, and wanted to meet me at Notes, a small cafe next door to the London Coliseum. She refused to give me any information about the purpose of this meeting, saying only that it would be of great interest to me. I could not resist the mystery. I showed up early and took comfort in a cappuccino, watching the pouring rain outside. Eventually a woman arrived, dressed as she had told me she would be, with a silk gardenia pinned on the lapel of a long black military-style coat. A pair of very dark sunglasses and a black wig added to her somewhat theatrical demeanor. She carried a large nylon satchel, zipped at the top. It was heavy, and the sharp outlines of something rectangular were visible within. Lydia then sat down, and in deference to her privacy I will not reveal all she told me. But inside her bag was a battered metal container that had come from the British Library's older location in the rotunda of the British Museum many years ago. It had somehow been neglected in the transfer to the new building, and had languished within a stained cardboard box in a basement corner for some years. It was an old beaten-up thing made of tin and was stuck shut. She pried it open gently with the help of a nail file. Certainly you are ahead of me now. Within that metal box was a treasure trove of notebooks and loose pages in the careful hand of Dr. John H. Watson. You can well imagine my shock and joy. Setting my cappuccino safely to the side, I pulled out a thick, loosely tied bundle from the top. It had been alternately titled The Ghost of Athelmere, Still Waters, and The Spirit That Moved Us. But all of these had been crossed out, leaving the title of Unquiet Spirits. Like the previous manuscript, this too had faded with time, and a number of pages were so smeared from moisture and mildew that I could make out only partial sentences. In bringing this tale to light, I would have to make educated guesses on those pages. I hope, then, that the reader will pardon me for any errors. She left the box in its satchel in my care, wishing me to bring the contents to publication, as I had my previous find. As she stood to go, I wanted to thank her, but she held up a black-gloved hand. "Consider it a gift to those celebrants of rational thinking, the Sherlock Holmes admirers of the world," said she. She never did give me her name, and while I could have ferreted it out in the manner of a certain gentleman, I decided best to let it lie. I later wondered if she had actually read the entire story that was the first to emerge from that treasured box. But let me not spoil it for you. And so, courtesy of the mysterious Lydia, and in memory of the two men I admire most, I turn you over to Dr. John Watson for Unquiet Spirits. Bonnie Macbird, London, December 2016.
Part 1. A Spirited Lass. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?